treatment for a long time from you, Andrew, and it's just not acceptable. I don't know how you can carry on doing this when so many parishioners are now unhappy about this behaviour, and we're getting all the feedback on it. And it just takes away the good of what this parish is trying to do, the parish council. And we're very fortunate, in my opinion, and in others, to have a clerk who works so hard, has to deal with so many things because of your behaviour. So does anyone else wish to say anything?
Madam Chairman, can I just carry on here? Because where does the scheming and the devious and a threatening liar come into all this? For a start, scheming. What do you mean by scheming?
Yes, Andrew.
Celia, I have evidence to back up all of my claims.
Yeah, well,
can you just
give me a rough idea of what you actually do mean by scheming? Where does the scheming come into it?
Celia, would you allow me to finish, please?
I am letting you speak.
Okay, I have evidence, emails, documents to back up all of my claims, which I could provide to you. It appears that they're part of a criminal investigation now. Sorry?
Andrew, I don't want to see them. I want our parishioners to see them. I want to know what you mean by all these accusations that you're throwing about here.
Good evening, John Clark here. Can I just say something?
John, come in.
Yes, John.
Yes, good evening, Madam Chairman. Good evening, everybody. If indeed it's now part of a police investigation, then I don't think there can be any further statements made on this subject this evening.
Okay, can I just come in there? I spoke to a PC at Wyndham Police Station who said it was quite okay for me to mention it tonight. I explicitly asked, can I mention it at the meeting tomorrow evening? And she said yes.
Okay, fine.
Frank, you're muted and I cannot unmute you. Adrian Thompson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. The point Celia's made has been made. That's now on the public domain. Can we now please move on? We only have 2 40-minute sessions here for to sort the rest of this agenda out. I agree with the points being made. They should be made publicly. We'll leave it to a higher authority to deal, I think. Can we move on, please?
Madam Chairman, I have 2 other points I'd like to raise.
Okay, yes, John.
With reference to point number 19 on the agenda, I'd also like to add on to that there's a huge amount of water accumulating where the old telephone box, what used to be on the corner of Town Road and Main Road, and also there's accumulation of water halfway down Town Road.
Okay, John, thanks for that. I'll get that reported, okay, by the close of business tomorrow.
Yeah, the second point I'd like to make, Madam Chairman, is concerns signs down the bottom of Pound Lane. The Silver Street sign has been broken, and the beach lane sign no longer exists, so they need to be looked at.
Yeah, they've been reported already.
Right, I believe, yes, because I reported them originally. We're still waiting for that to be dealt with.
Okay,
yeah, thank you, John. Thank you for that.
Okay, Richard.
Yes, I think Adrian Thompson's wrong coming in there to tell Fleggburgh Parish Council how to run their meeting. I need to keep quiet when he come in with things like that.
Okay, thank you. Anything else on that at all, Richard? Or
Adrian Thompson's got his hand up.
Oh,
sorry, I'll get Frank.
My mistake from the last one, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Frank, what would you...
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I would like to keep this going about Andrew Peake. There are a few points I would like to comment on, reference our friend Mr. Peake and his comments on that we were against Facebook, which was an absolute load of rubbish. First of all, the councillors being unelected members. You can't be an elected member if there isn't an election. There's never anything mentioned about his friends, Mrs. Doherty or Mr. Osborne being unelected, or himself. He's never been elected at a full election. He stood a small election against one other parish person for co-option. This was before the last election and didn't happen due to insufficient applicants. I personally have stood at least 5 full elections, some of which had 15 candidates. I'm a bit at a loss to think of anything that he's ever done for this parish. That he found an AA badge, which he was going to sell and donate to the parish. He sold the badge, but I ain't seen any money forthcoming. Also, perhaps, this is a good one, he can explain how David and Kevin Shreve are the chair's cousins. I wait for his reply on this one, and I think David and Kevin, June and Neville would all like to hear how they come to be his cousins.
Yes, Andrew, would you like to respond?
I'm very sorry. I thought it was June that described either one of those builders as her cousin. In that case, I'll have to retract that. I'm really very sorry, and I'll apologise to them. I've misunderstood the situation, obviously. Sorry.
Absolutely. Right.
Sean,
okay.
Sean
so
Haken.
we minute that then.
Sean Haken.
Jimmy.
Okay, sorry, Frank.
There's also a lot of other things I'd like to ask about, but we ain't got time tonight. Although there is this item of what he put on Facebook, I'd like to mention, which Celia mentioned. I think that was absolutely disgusting. And I shouldn't think anybody should tolerate such behaviour. And I think an immediate apology should be forthcoming tonight and in public. He's an employee of the parish council. If anybody treated their employees like this, they'd be in front of the tribunal immediately. That's all I've got to say about that one.
Sean Haken.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, can we move on, please? We've had 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
If we want to discuss this, we'll have to put it on the agenda.
Okay, we'll move now on to number 2 on the agenda then. To receive and approve apologies for absence. Are we all? I don't think we've got any, have we?
No, none.
Okay, thank you. Number 3, declarations of interest for items and applications for dispensation. Do we have any?
Yes. Can you hear me, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I would like to declare an interest on item 7A and also 16, but on 16 I reserve the right to speak and vote if necessary.
Okay, thank you. John.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'd like to declare an interest on item 17, the parish days.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we move on to number 4, to approve the minutes of the meeting held on the 17th of December 2020. You've all had a chance to have a look at the minutes. Do I have a proposer and a seconder?
Sean Haken.
Can I make a comment about the minutes, please?
No, Sean had his hand up.
Yeah, I propose that we accept the minutes.
No, she's just pressed them.
Frank.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Well, they've got to unmute.
So we've got a proposal on to accept the minutes. Andrew?
But there's normally in an unusual meeting there's a small amount of debate before a proposal. But anyway, on behalf of a parishioner, the owner of the pub, Mark Dixon, has asked me to point out that Mr. Brown's statement in the last meeting was incorrect. There are facilities for the staff to park at the rear of the car park. He would like the minutes to be amended.
I cannot amend if that wasn't stated at the meeting. I cannot amend the minutes. We're talking about minutes here. We're not talking about factual inaccuracies, accuracies, or anything like that. Frank Brown.
Okay.
If he's got a query of what I said, I would suggest he go back to the Yarmouth Borough Council.
Okay, so we'll go back to the actual minutes, and we have a proposer and a seconder to accept the minutes. Do we take a vote on it?
Okay, June, for or against?
4.
Andrew Peake, for or against?
4.
Keith Osborne, for or against?
Sorry, 4.
Okay. Richard Sewell, for or against? Who's that leave? John Walsh, for or against?
4.
John Roper, for or against?
I wasn't there, Jimmy.
Okay, no problem. I'll put you as abstain. And Fran, for or against?
4.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Thank you very much. Now, quite unusually, we have another set of minutes to receive and agree, which is the 14th of January. So the minutes for the 14th of January, that was the extraordinary meeting. You've all had a copy of the minutes. Do I have a proposer and a seconder for them?
Frank Brown.
Yeah, I propose to accept them.
Thank you. Do I have a seconder?
Let's have a look. Sean Haken.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay. So the motion is to approve the minutes of a meeting held on Thursday, 14th of January. June, for or against?
4.
Andrew Peake, for or against? 4. Keith Osborne, for or against?
As Councillor Peake just suggested, I'm surprised we're not having any debates. I've had my hand up. I have a question to ask Jimmy. I put to you a change to the paragraph about the ownership of the playing field and the bowling green.
Right.
And you've not amended that change. Can I ask why?
Yeah, because I haven't had time. Let me have a look.
It goes back to it's on page 2, and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4th paragraph, where you said correctly. I stated that the village hall and playing field is not owned by the village hall and playing field charity. It's owned by the parish council. But I thought at the time it was prudent to also state that the village hall and playing field committee, it is managed and controlled by them, but the ownership of the property is with the parish council, and you've not made that change.
I'll have another listen to it, and if that's correct, I'll make that change.
But I put it in an email to you as well, Jimmy.
That's fine. I've had quite a few emails this month, and I've had a lot of nonsense from Andrew Peake.
Okay, so are we going to vote on that again then, assuming that if you've read that, that will be altered?
Yeah, I can.
You want
I can
to do that again?
So, Sean, you still? Sorry, Frank, you're still proposing?
Yes, I am.
Sean, still seconding?
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, June, for or against?
4.
Andrew Peake, for or against? 4. Keith Osborne, for or against?
4 with that amendment.
Yeah. Richard Sewell, for or against? 4. John Walsh, for or against?
4.
JR, for or against?
4.
And Fran Doherty, for or against?
4. Although I would just like to say, if we could have it noted in this meeting, that I said at the previous meeting that the NDP was developed with parishioners in mind, and Jimmy did check this for me, and I did say that, but my meaning I feel was misinterpreted by what I said. What I was meant to say was the development plan was made by the parishioners. So if you could just put that.
I can put that in today's minutes.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. So we've got the total vote on that then, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Has passed. Thank you. So we're now moving on to number 6, which I think is to receive and note the clerk's monthly report. You've all received the clerk's report. Jimmy, is there anything you wish to say?
Not really, no.
Okay, it's all fairly self-explanatory, I think.
Yeah, Keith Osborne. You've taken your hand down now, it's okay. Sean.
Yeah, I was just going to say, can we report all the flooding to the street scene inspector, or will that be highways? We have to report that to the highway rangers.
Yeah, I've recently reported 4 lots of flooding to highways.
Yeah.
As it comes in, I do report it.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's no need to report that to the street scene inspector as well?
No, I will report it today. I think what's happening, I don't want to get on too much into flooding, but I report stuff. By the time they come out, the flood's gone, and that's the issue. And I'm going to make that clear to them.
Yeah, it's important we take pictures really for evidence. I've got some pictures of the flooding.
But as you've mentioned, the street scene inspector is coming on the week starting the 8th of February. If anyone's got anything to report it to me before then, and also I'll be putting that in.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to number 7, planning. Application received as 0620 0622F, New House, Tretz Lane, Fleggburgh, variation of conditions 2 of 0620 0274. Change to floor plan of dwelling. Does anybody have any points to raise on this? Or do we have a proposer for whatever?
Sean Aiken.
Yeah, I did have a look at this, and it's just a change to the floor plan, and I believe that the garage is going to be integrated as well now, so there isn't really any change to the building whatsoever. It's just all internal, pretty much. So I propose that we approve that.
Thank you.
Do I have a seconder?
John Walsh.
Yes, I'll second that.
Thank you. Take the vote.
Yep. So the motion is to approve this planning application. June, for or against?
4.
Andrew Peake, for or against?
I'll just have to correct you there, Jimmy. The motion is to support the application. We can neither. We're not asked to approve or we're just asked to support or not. So I vote to support the application.
Thank you very much. Keith Osborne.
I support.
Richard Sewell.
Yes, support.
John Roper.
I support.
Well done. And Fran Doherty.
Yep, support.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Lovely, thank you.
Sorry, Frank Brown. Frank Brown left off. Frank.
No, I declared an interest.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Okay, so the second one is FUL 2020-0091 sewerage scheme for Billockby. This has already been informally approved by Fleggburgh Parish Council in September 20. Does anyone have any views on it, or are we happy to go ahead?
Sean Aiken.
I was just going to propose supporting it. If anyone wants to talk about it before, then that's fine. Yeah.
Okay, Frank Brown.
Yeah, I'll support that.
Okay, so you're seconding Frank?
Yeah, I'm seconding him, yeah.
Yeah,
John Walsh. I had a big discussion on this in the past.
Yeah, John Walsh.
Can I just ask a question before you carry on voting on that? I've had a look at the plans and all the documents that have been submitted to the Yarmouth Council. There's a list of all the residents that live along that road, all the cottages that live along the main road there. And it's not clear to me whether all of them have replied or answered as to their views on it, because it's going to affect them more than anybody else. I just wondered if anybody else knows any more about how the local residents feel.
Keith Osborne.
As a local resident, we have today had a letter from Anglian Water, and we have till the 31st of March to respond with our whether we wish to go ahead or not.
Thank you. So we have a proposal and a seconder. Should we now take the vote then?
Yeah. Okay, Keith, you got your hand up again.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay, no problem. So to support it, June, for or against?
I support.
Andrew Peake.
Support.
Keith Osborne.
Support.
Richard Sewell. John Walsh.
Support.
John Roper.
Support.
And Fran Doherty.
Support.
Thank you. Motion carried.
Right, thank you. So moving on to B, applications received since the 16th of January, 0620 0673F, Marsh Road site of Fleggburgh, development of site to create a plot for detached 4-bedroom bungalow and a detached cart lodge. We have extension for comments, which has been received so that this can be dealt with in the February Parish Council meeting. I believe it is now online, but there's not enough time to look at this tonight. So that will be on the meeting next month. Moving on to see planning decisions 0620 0558 Rose Cottage, Rollesby Road was rejected. 0620 0543F Barley House, that was approved. There have been no planning decisions, as far as I know, received since the 16th of January. Is that correct, Jimmy?
Yeah, that's correct.
Thank you. We're moving on to number 8, correspondence. You have your correspondence sheet in front of you. Anybody wish to make any comments concerning the correspondence?
Chief Osborne. You're muted.
Okay, sorry about that. Just there are 3 comments on the correspondence list relating to complaints against councillors. 2 you have named and 1 you haven't. Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, so the one I've named, presumably that's Andrew Peake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've named him because he's just causing so much grief. The other person, the people haven't actually yet complained. They've asked about complaining to Yarmouth Borough Council, and I have given them details on how to complain.
Okay.
Okay, JR.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'd like to, you've dealt with that bit, but just one thing I'd like to bring to the attention of the council is this high amount of emails. Now, you've got on here, they're between the 16th of December and the 16th of January. Bearing in mind, there's 82 emails there. I'm not going to bring any names in, but there's a councillor there with 26 emails. There's another one with 21. Bearing in mind, we've had a Christmas break over that period. We're in the middle of a world pandemic. People are stuck in their homes. This is a very difficult time. People have got family who are ill and who've passed away. And I just think that we have got to, at this time, I think you've been bombarded with emails, and I just think that you should, what I'd like to say to the members of the parish council, do you really think at this time that this sort of is acceptable?
Okay, thank you. John Walsh.
Yeah, 2 points. Just to answer the last point from John Roper. My emails are probably because I'm new to the council and I've had to query things with him that I didn't know about.
And I can confirm that, yeah.
Yeah, and that's probably what my emails were about, and also my training program. The point I wanted to raise was you've mentioned about parishioner C and D who have made a complaint about Andrew Peake's Facebook entries. Have they been referred to Yarmouth Council for a formal complaint investigation?
They haven't actually. They've just basically they didn't actually ask to complain further. They just said that they were disgusted by what they'd seen.
Okay.
This is the thing. The 2 people who complained against Andrew Peake did not ask to be complained further, whereas the person who complained about the other parish councillor did.
But should that not in any, I don't know, perhaps the chair can help, but should they not be forwarded on anyway to Yarmouth Council in case other people have complained direct?
I can't pass them on without their permission.
No, I think all Jimmy can do is say this is what is available to you, and if you wish to take this any further, you would send it to Great Yarmouth Borough Council. I mean, I feel a bit frustrated because I'm getting feedback, I'm getting phone calls and parishioners telling me, why am I allowing this to continue? I can't actually stop it. I wish I could, because I could stop some of the stuff that's written about me. me. It's just making the whole parish council a lot of work. But I want to try and move on from this. But the point JR's making is a very valid one. We're in this pandemic. This is the worst time this country has seen for a long, long time. We are doing our best to keep going with this parish council, but quite frankly, I feel a 40-minute meeting with just the urgent things that need to go on the agenda is quite sufficient for the time, as we're currently dealing with so many difficulties in our own lives. We've all got different things we're coping with, but this is something new to all of us, and it's a very difficult time. I just feel it's sickening and sad that we're having to deal with such, in a way, trivialities when people are losing their lives and fighting for their lives, and we're dealing with awful rubbish such as we're getting. And quite frankly, I'd be more than happy to have just a short meeting next time, do the main business, and we carry on. We have to move on from all of this. We really do. That's my feeling on it.
Richard Sewell.
I completely agree with John Roper that the two main ones on there was sending all these emails is ridiculous.
Sean Haken.
Okay.
Yeah, I highlighted this quite a lot last year. You know, there's two particular councillors that were using up your valuable time, and I asked you if it was a good use of your time, and you said not really. And you know, if someone's sending 20, 30, up to 50 emails one month, you know, there shouldn't be this discussion with you or using your time up. You know, if there's something to discuss, then they need to put it on the agenda, and then it can be discussed in public. That's all I've got to say.
Keith Osborne.
Thank you.
Excuse me. I'd just like to say I apologise for asking questions if that's what's needed, but I will continue to ask questions. That's what my 21 emails tend to be about. Do you disagree, Jimmy?
No, I think you ask. I think a lot of the time you're asking the same stuff as Andrew Peake within about 10 or 15 minutes, and it makes me wonder what's going on.
I think that's just, you've probably got two councillors that would like to read things and ask questions. Is that wrong for a parish councillor to ask questions?
Pertinent questions, yes. Impertinent questions, no.
So out of my 21 emails, how many are impertinent in your view?
I would have to go back and check, but I have to say, dealing with all these emails just seems to be, I mean, surely we're meant to be taking care of business during meetings, when in fact, it seems to be that certain councillors want to take care of business outside of meetings. Frank Brown.
Yeah, I think we should concentrate more on getting something done for the parish and a little bit less on doing the rules. All we get from Keith is rules, standing orders, blah, blah, blah. Let's have something factual to do some good in the village.
JR.
All I was trying to say out of this is just at a time like this, I just think that's unacceptable that you are getting all these emails and all these things. Let's deal with the issues in the parish what need dealing with, and then leave the other stuff and sort it out when we can all get around the table again in the future. That's what I'm saying. But at the moment, I think
good
all
idea.
things are unacceptable.
Sean Haken.
Yeah, I just, you know, I think you've done a good job, Jimmy. I don't know how you, you know, you get all your business done. Is it 4 hours a week you're supposed to do?
It's
because
5 hours
just
a week.
5 hours.
5 hours, because just replying to all them emails must take ages. You know, there's quite a lot of time being used up just with, you know, replying to emails. So that's all the point I'm trying to make, is there's a lot of emails that uses up a lot of your time. There's nothing wrong with obviously asking questions, but you know, if they're productive questions, then fair enough. But it seems an excessive amount of emails every month. It's consistent. You know, there's too many, I think.
Frank Brown.
Okay, thank you.
I think Jimmy should charge what he do. A lot of the time, he's obviously doing it free of charge, which should benefit the parish, but people don't appreciate it.
Okay, thank you very much. If there isn't any more on that, I think we just got to try, where possible, to cut down on the work and just deal with what is essential at the moment. That's my feeling on it. So we'll move on to number 9, which is finance. The first thing is to note the bank reconciliations. Have you all had a look at what's been sent? Any comments on it? If not, moving on to note accounts.
Frank Brown.
No, we didn't got to make a proposition on that one, have we? On accounts.
Well, you can just approve them if
we can approve that to note bank reconciliation.
I propose we approve. I see nothing wrong with it.
Okay, thank you.
John Walsh.
Yeah, I'm referring to the Treasurer's account bank statement.
Yeah.
There's two payments made for £400. That's 259 and 268.
Yeah.
I know that we approved clip of the church grass cutting for £400. I'm wondering what the other £400 is for. I can't find any record of it.
It's also Clipsby.
Clipsby Church. That was the first. So it's first and second payment for the year.
Right. Because I thought there was a figure of £720 mentioned.
No, it was 770 on the precept, but the parish council agreed to pay the 800, which is what it cost, and it was done in two amounts.
Okay, thank you.
In the meeting before the 17th of December in November, there was one that it only mentioned one bill for £400. It didn't mention two. And that's all I'm querying. I just want to make sure we haven't double paid anybody.
No, there was two invoices of £400.
Right. The minutes don't make that very clear, but anyway, okay, I accept what you're saying. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we only have a minute left. So have we got time to vote on this now?
John Walsh.
No, sorry, I've just taken the hand down.
No worries.
We're less than a minute, so
Richard Sewell.
Yeah, I approve them.
Okay, so you're seconding. Okay, so we'll start now and we'll continue afterwards. June, to approve the
yes, for
and accounts. Fran, for or against?
Yeah, for.
Thank you. Sean Hayton, for or against?
For.
Andrew Peake, for or against?
For.
Keith Osborne, for or against?
For.
John Walsh, for or against?
For.
And JR, for or against?
For.
Motion carried, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I think we probably will get cut off now, so we need to log in for 15:15, and then we'll carry on with to approve the items for payment.